No, I don't need you to climb. Bernie, is that good for you? Yeah.
Now she spins into the right end zone. She's going 110, 120. There's 130 miles an hour on the airspeed indicator. As she extends Airshow right. Smoke is billowing off the dog top out there. She brings that skip back to the left and hunts for the sky. At 300 feet, she's upside down, hanging by her seatbelt to shore arm. Now she flies on her 125 in salute. She does a half roll all the way down. Let's say her performance that March. Airplanes with names like Stearman and Jenny. They then went on and won Europe and oh, they came home, they wanted to keep flying, and of course there wasn't even an airline. They would come to town to nice guys from Wittman and Appleton, and they would say, hey, you know, we got to let people know about these newfangled flying machines. They'd go to the edge of town, they'd circle over town, make their living by selling flies. Well, of course, there weren't beautiful airports here like Wittman Field, so they'd have to make arrangements with a farmer who had a ideally local hay field that was supposed to right here. That's what you're doing. Beautiful hammerhead turn right out from the Airshow left. Advertising, people would be coming out, they'd say, hey, everybody in town was cooler with cash. They'd had a great crop that year before. Business was great in town. And boy, they'd be flying from sunrise to sunset. At the end of the afternoon and evening, they'd go into town, get themselves the nicest hotel room in town, and then they'd go on put it behind the hog, as we say. Well, of course, sometimes things didn't go so good. Maybe the weather was a little bad, maybe the rain showers were coming in, maybe the county fair had been in town the week before and crossed the tour, so you know that disposable cash just wasn't there, so they had to make arrangements. Hey, Mr. Farmer, hey, I know I'm already bothering you for using the hayfield for my runway, but mind if I go ahead and maybe camp in your hayloft here for a day or two until the weather gets better, and I put together a few more bucks and I can move on to the next town. Aviation. Pilot today is Susan Dacy. She comes to us from northern Illinois. She has over 40,000 for about 8,700 hours in a year. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So she has flown for over 4.5 years solid. She was very blessed to be able to be a pilot for American Airlines for 39 years, where she flew captain on everything from the Boeing 727 to the Down Douglas MD-80, the 757, 67, the 777, and finishing her career as a 787 international captain. Something truly special in the air. Of course, she wants to give a great big shout out to great folks at Concord Battery who give the power to get that big 985 cubic inch Pratt Whitney radial engine spinning here, and reliable power from Concord Batteries. And of course, you have to have that great oil to rely on this big radial. This airplane came out with a blue fuselage, yellow wings. You watch these do a beautiful 8-point hesitation roll. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 as she exits stage right. Again, this airplane came out with a blue fuselage, yellow wings, the Army Air Corps markings, with a 220 horsepower Continental radial engine on the nose. This airplane has been highly modified for airshow work. It has got the big 985 cubic inch fuel injected supercharged Pratt Whitney radial on the nose, spinning a big 108 inch long Hamilton standard propeller. And as you watch Susan go by, you hear that big roar. 90% of that noise is actually coming from the propeller as the final 4 inch of each prop tip actually goes supersonic. But it's spun at its red-like speed of 8,300 RPM. And I'll tell you what, you watch her fly this airplane. She has been flying Stearman biplane since she was 16 years old. She had her own 220 horsepower Stearman that she actually flew to college when she went to Southern Illinois University down in Carbondale, Illinois, where she obtained her advanced pilot's license as well as her airframe and power beautiful high sky sky. It flies down power up. Down to about 100 feet above the ground, right above the treetops there. She rolls that airplane right on around as she exits off up Airshow right. You know, Susan's been very thoughtful in the paint job of this airplane. You see the sunburst design. You're looking at the top of the airplane. You're looking at the bottom. Yeah, this airplane again started life as an Army Air Corps airplane. When it was at that job, it served as a training airplane, the primary trainer of choice during that World War II time frame. And following the end of the war, the airplane was sold surplus. He sold for about $600, and that included a full tank of 46 gallons of avgas. So as we watch her come down the show line, rolling up down to the inverted, she gives you that traditional air show pilot salute. Ladies and gentlemen, our skies, let's get some Dacy break.
Standing in the come up 1 6.
Barnstorming.
Airspace is yours.